Yo guys, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about how failure is necessary for success. I mean, I've been thinking a lot. I like to kind of ponder in these types of experiments, but failure, when we look at life, is necessary for success. Looking at statistics is one thing, but we could see that all of the best businessmen, all of the best people, and all of the people who have achieved things in their lives and have achieved at least a point of success that the regular average person, I would say maybe you or me, can look at and say, wow, that's first respectable, second, that's admirable, but third, that's impressive. And the reason why it's impressive is because to get to that level of success, there has to be a level of failure beforehand, which you have to account for. Let me tell you something. When we look at failure and when we look at success and when we look at everything in life, we can see that there has to be a balance between how much work you put in and the results that you're getting out. But failure is one thing that will stunt your growth heavily. It will make sure that you stay where you are, and it kind of basically humbles you. Because with failure, the one thing that people don't account for a lot is that you learn a lot. When you fail, you learn that things are not the way that you thought they were, and things maybe go south, maybe you find a different direction, maybe you find something that works better, maybe in the end you just end up like losing everything. But when you fail, you gain knowledge, and that's why it's important to always try and always fail. The reason why is because as soon as you get comfortable with the idea of failing is when you're going to start seeing that better results progress. In class, in life, when you fail a test, the thing that you should think about, or that needs to be thought about, is how am I going to get the best grade on my next exam? If you stay stuck on I failed, you'll start creating this remnants of sadness in your brain. Because if you didn't know, your brain likes sadness. It likes to feel sad. It likes to have that feeling of that it's at the end of the road, because it creates a comfort and a laziness. Most people work to a point to get everything that they have, but then when they get to that actual point where they get everything that they want to have, they end up feeling comfortable, which leads them to less failure. The reason why? Because they don't want to fail again. After you've already won enough and after you've already failed enough, most people stop at a certain point where they feel that a level of comfortability is being reached. What I think of that is no. When you get to that point, and when you get to that point where you feel that maybe it's the end, or let's say maybe I failed and I can't get back up, the thing would be to do what you would do in that moment is keep going, keep trying, keep failing, because eventually you will hit, and you will hit big. For me personally, you guys can see on this channel, I stopped trying, and that was a mistake. Because when I started doing content, I realized that my confidence in my product wasn't enough. But I always knew that I was gonna come back, I just didn't know when. And the pieces kind of fell together to the point where when I came back, I could actually use my own resources now to kind of continue what I was doing before, because I didn't want to stop the plan, because I knew that as much as I love basketball and as much as I love this channel, that if I kept going, then eventually I will build like a good fan base, and that I will keep going. Yo, my bad guys, my SD card ran out as I was in the middle of yapping. But as I was saying, when you fail, you learn something, and when you do something repeatedly, it comes to fruition. With this channel, I'm keeping going because I know, or at least what my goal would be to build a big and, well, at least humble and good audience. And I know that to do that, if I don't post every day, at least once or twice a day, if I don't consistently do what I'm supposed to be doing, then I'm not gonna get to that point. That's me using my example from my life, but you could look at any example. How many times did Jeff Bezos have to try to get Amazon right? He said it. He said that Amazon used to be not even about packages. It used to be, I think, about books before it became a package service. You think if maybe he would have stopped when he was only selling books, and if he would have gone and done that and done that and done that and never thought of innovating and never actually put the work in, you think he would have ever gotten the idea after all of that to then turn it into a package system? Because he said that what blew his mind was that people from other countries couldn't even get regular packages. So he envisioned something from a problem he encountered in his book business to then make the biggest business in the world, and him making him the richest man. So if we can look at Jeff Bezos as an example of somebody who took an opportunity where he was not considering failure as a bad thing, and where he knew that he was gonna have to like take steps and consistently grow this company, and it was a book company, to then get to the top, while knowing and already having failed a lot and having put in work and work and work and work and not getting to the point where he wanted, he got an opportunity and made the most out of it. So if you don't accept failure as true, you make sure to use the best of the opportunities you have, because life will send you blessings. When you work hard, when you show up every day, when you do the things you're supposed to do, life will send you many blessings and you will be blessed, because you will never miss a day. If you're there every day and you never miss a day, then you're not going to know what it's like to maybe miss out on something that someone else did. If you're in class every day, you won't miss any information of the lecture. And if you take notes, then you'll make sure that you have that somewhere where you could remember it. If you do that in real life with the other things that you want to do, if you post at least one TikTok every day, if you make YouTube content, if you go to the gym every day, if you eat healthy every day, then you will get better, because that one day where you need to eat healthy and maybe eating unhealthy that day would have made you feel like trash and wrecked your productivity, that could have been the day where you went forward. Maybe the day where you decided not to go to the gym, and that day you would have had a great lift and you would have maybe figured out a new exercise, you didn't do that. Maybe the day where you didn't go to class and maybe you were going to meet somebody which was going to change your perspective and maybe make you understand the lesson more, you did not experience that if you don't show up. So what I'm saying is that if you don't show up, then you won't be successful when it comes to the goals that you want to achieve. With that being said, there's a level of rest and accountability for yourself. So what I'm saying is, like, you need to be there every day. Show up every day. Don't be afraid of failure, and make sure that when you look to the future, you understand that by showing up every day, you're opening opportunities that you didn't even know you had. Because you might meet somebody that might help you in another part of life just because you were in the same class and you happen to see them, and one day you talk to them, and maybe they're a photographer and you wanted a music video to be shot, for example, and maybe that way everything comes together. These are just examples, obviously, but when looking at life, not missing a day and not being afraid of failure and keeping consistent every single day is important, because you don't know what you might be missing at the end of the day. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching. Sorry for going on this little rant. I just feel like I had to get that out there. And yeah, okay, I'll see you guys. Have a good one.